Alex, perhaps not the way you would have wanted it to be, but you're still in the cup.
Yeah, nowhere near the way we wanted it to be. Obviously, the aim at the start of the day was to be in the next round, but not in that fashion. Obviously, we were tested before the game. Luther pulling out in the warm up, so obviously that changes the way kind of maybe we have to set up, and Nick Freeman going to right back and Kane Smith as a centre half, and Robbo going into midfield, and we had to pull that together, and it was a choice between two shapes, and we chose that shape. But I think that ultimately for Guiseley it's their cup final, as it should be, for 100%, and you saw that especially in the second half when putting lots of numbers forward and making it difficult, and for us that physicality is something that we need to improve on, because we're not dealing with that very well. But listen, it's not the performance obviously that we want, because we want to come and win well, especially here in front of everyone watching. But it doesn't always work like that in this cup, we know. But ultimately, the major thing was to be in the next round.
Seemed to take a while to get going. Was that due to the reshuffle that you had to make?
Well, yeah. I mean, without the people that we've got already in the squad, and then having to change again, it does affect you for sure, because you're playing people in positions that they've not played before. So yeah, it does upset it. But what you want is when you play these, you have to move the ball quick, and you have to play forward, and you have to do you have to battle, you have to get first contact, second balls, and all those little bits that we weren't good enough at today. Lots of crosses, but we didn't arrive in the box to with any real endeavour to go and score a goal, which you have to at any level. But so we have to look through that now and pick the bones out of it, because that to us, yes, we're in the next round, but like I said, it's not where we want to be.
7 minutes into that second half, you got a goal up. Jamie Reid, he needed that goal. You needed that goal. Everybody needed that goal.
Yeah, of course. Reid's. What we'll say about Reedy is, he's working extremely hard in games, and to try and get to where he needs to be. And when you don't score, as a centre forward, it does play on your mind. Of course, it does, and it does affect maybe performances. But he's working through it, and he's had a great effort first half to keep us safe, and he needed one, which was great. But obviously, then for them to get an equaliser in the fashion that they did, and they had a spell there 10 minutes, which we didn't deal with very well at all. And we need to look at that as to why. But we ultimately, we can say what we like, but we're in the next round, and that's what we need to be.
You said about that 10 minutes. Murphy Cooper really stood up. He really put his heart on the line for you there. A couple of really big saves to keep it at 1-0 initially, and there was nothing he could do about the equaliser.
No, it's a mistake ultimately, but it was just a continuation of that 10 minutes really, where they just kept putting it into areas and we had to defend, and again we're asking Kane to play at centre back and in positions that he's not used to, but we have to deal with that better. And I need to apologise for that, but his performance didn't deserve that. If I'm honest, I thought because we put him in that situation, he had to deal with it, and he shows what Kane Smith can do for us. Like I said to you before, he's played a lot of games, and he's a fantastic part of this group. So yes, we can attach and look at that and go, right, we need to do better, but there's no blame because of what he produces for us. So yeah, the equaliser, really disappointing. And then after that, we both teams kind of huffed and puffed a little bit, and we were in the ascendancy obviously with the ball, but again without really any crosses in the box, again going in with that conviction to go and score. And again, we have to work it, because if you're going to put crosses in, you need people to go and arrive and score goals. So it's something that we have to work on.
How are your nerves during the penalties?
Pure confidence in them. No, it's a lottery, isn't it? And Murphy's produced a moment that he should be really proud of, because he does wear his heart on his sleeve for sure for us. And like you said a minute ago, he produced some brilliant saves again in the penalties, and he's done that all season. So, he deserved that today, because he's put in some excellent performances. And do you know what? The biggest thing today is the team. Yes, quality wise, but in terms of their commitment to drive and work and get a result, I don't think we can question. Just that final end product probably for us was the missing part, and we've like I say, we'll look back and learn.
A win's a win though, and the FA Cup, it's so valuable to a club like Stevenage.
Absolutely. I think when you come to these games, you overthink them before, for sure, because you know the importance of it, and obviously it's huge for the club. We've had some amazing times, here with the FA Cup. So, you want to produce that, and I think sometimes when you want it so bad, maybe that might come across at times. But we know how special it is for this football club, and we know the importance of today. And ultimately we are in the next round. We can see who we get, and now we have to make sure that we recover, see who's available on Monday and Tuesday for next week, and then start getting ready for Saturday.